your goals, your endeavors, your aspirations are not for the streets. Right? Certain things that are for the streets. They're for everybody to access and everybody to have an opinion on. Your goals aren't. Now, will those goals align with other people's goals, these universal goals of just more money, more financial freedom, health, all that stuff? Yes. But your process in order to do that, that's for you. And everybody won't support it. And if you think people are supposed to support it, I don't know what to tell you. If you're somebody that's just now starting out and you're starting to see the resistance and the pushback for you trying to better you, think about that. Are my goals for the streets? I'll answer for you. No, your goals are not for the streets. Primary reason is everybody won't understand. Everybody won't understand why you're doing it, if they should do it. They tried it, it didn't work out, so why are you still able to do it and they're not? It's too much stuff in between, for you to even have to even worry about that. They're not for the streets. Now, am I a firm believer in sharing the process? Here you go. Here's the blueprint. This is what I did. I will hold the emotions. You do not need to know my feelings when I'm telling you the logistics behind this goal. Those are my feelings. You might not have those. So if you know somebody, share it. But all that other stuff that comes with it, it's not for the streets. It ain't. Because some people just won't understand it. When it comes to my fitness, my health, how I see it is different. It's like a job to me. It's like my bills. I got to go there. I know what happens when I go there. The incentive is I'll get paid. In some cases, I'll get a bonus. Promotions. It's a job. It is. When it comes to the bills, I know what happens when I don't do it, when I don't work out, when I don't pay my bills. What'll happen? My lights get cut off. My house get foreclosed. It's just like that. And the crazy thing when it comes to your health and your fitness, we know those things are important. We are around people that we will get on them when it comes to, hey man, you're not paying your bills? You didn't pay your mortgage? You got the kids at the crib. What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? What are you doing, sis? But we'll see somebody eating bad, drinking, and we'll glamorize it with them. They'll post that food on social media and then we'll do the praying hands or 100 fired. That's so good. As soon as something happens, like a health scare, the same person will be like, oh, get well soon. You got to take better care of yourself. Those people are dangerous because you don't know how they're coming at you. They're just enabling and justifying. So yeah, them goals ain't for the street. Stop expecting people to understand why you want to do better. In some cases, they know why. They was right there with you probably at the doctor's appointment when the doctor said it's time to change. They know why you eating better. They know why you're not drinking no more. They know. They knew. They saw it on you. Y'all going somewhere, you walking up a flight of stairs, you 4 stairs in, and you like, ah. And then next thing you know what, man, I don't want to feel like that no more. I want to change. Then you change and what they say. Well, what happens then? Why you doing all that? You losing too much weight. You just saw me almost have a heart attack walking up 3 steps. And you asking me why? Your goals ain't for the streets, man. Stop arguing with people. I don't argue with people. I don't go back and forth with you and waste time on stuff. And it's not because I think I'm better than people. I'm better than that. I'm better than us fighting about stuff because I think it's just personal opinion. It's just a combination of opinions and preferences. And we fighting over that stuff. I could be spending my time doing what I said that I needed to do. Instead of arguing with you about this, I'm trying to get you to see things the way that I'm saying them, and it don't even matter. My favorite color is 3 and yours is 5. Let's fight about it. I need you to make your favorite color 3. No, my favorite color is 3, yours is 5, that's 8. Push it aside. We don't care anymore. Let's collaborate. Don't hate, collaborate. Let's get some t-shirts made. But nah, I'm not about to be arguing with you. I was at the car wash and these dudes were literally having an argument about GOAT Jordan, GOAT LeBron, GOAT Kobe. And they was just getting heated and mad. The cars had finished getting washed and the dude was honking. I'm like, yo, I think that shit. What are we doing? These are your favorite players. Move on. Do you know how much time and energy I can spend on the things that I know I need to do? And it could be the most pointless, asinine stuff. I want an 8-pack. I'm going to focus on getting the 8-pack. I'm going to change my diet. I want to get my body fat down to 9%. Am I going to do it? Probably not. But I can focus on that. I want to rearrange this whole gym. Turn it into a high rocks gym. Do I want to? No, but I can be focusing on that stuff instead of arguing about, I've already established my opinion behind these things. What are we arguing about? You be having people in the comments, they be like this. I got to tell them something about themselves. Why? Why? Are you, this is what I urge people to do. This is what I do. Don't be like Mike. Take a step back. Write out a list of things that you know you want to do. Are you doing those things? So if you got stuff on that list, say you got 15 things on that list and you only did 3 of them, do the other 12. Are the other 12 done before you go and give somebody your opinion on why they should change? Probably not, right? Go back to your list. We sitting here, man, with no profile photos, man, and da-da-da-da-da. Stop. Anytime, if I know you, and I used to see that on social media because I'm not on there anymore, I would be like, bro, why are you arguing with them? Why are you going back and forth with them? Because I would make the deadly mistake of going to look in the comments because I saw at the top that you had something to say and you're supposed to be my partner, right? And if I know you and you say these words, ooh, man, I was arguing with somebody in the comments the other day. Why? What are y'all arguing about? What about your list? What about your list of things that you said you was going to do? So you beating the drums, man. You got a guitar, you arguing with this person, but when it comes to the list and stuff you're supposed to be doing, you whipping that violin out. Life ain't fair. It ain't possible. I did a video on this before. It's called Use That Same Energy. Use that same energy that you arguing with these folks trying to change their opinions and their preferences and start focusing on you. You be arguing with folks on social media about if you put ketchup on your eggs or not. Silliness. You could be using that stuff, that energy, that time towards doing what you said you was going to do. And you'll feel better. And then you'll put more in the bag as far as what I'm able to achieve. And then you can start using it for other stuff. But we don't. So those same thoughts that I have about, like I mentioned about the bills and the job, is the mindset that I have about my fitness. Some people are so lost behind that because they don't want to compile those. They don't want to look at it like that. They don't want to look at just getting up, exercising, or being active as something that you have to do. And do I understand that about people? No. Yeah, it's not my life. I know that I got to get up and do this. Do I understand your life if you don't get up and work out and you don't eat right? No. But if you got complaints in your life, I always say, think about that. What I learned from tracking my food, keeping up with my workouts and stuff like that, it taught me to track my finances. If I can do that when it comes to my vessel and my health, man, I can do that when it comes to the crib. I can do that when it comes to work. There's so much time and energy that I can spend on doing the things that I want to do because I don't make my goals available for the streets like that outside of these videos. Soon as you say something that's out of pocket, meaning you don't agree with it, cool, don't use it. Do you know what I do as a whole adult? As a whole soon to be 47 years old, if I see something on YouTube and I don't agree with it, I just move on. Let me tell them something about themselves. Why? It ain't got nothing to do with what I'm doing, what results I've seen. But I think if you was like me and you're not seeing the results that you want, and you're telling everybody you're trying everything, but you're really not, what happens is you get bitter. You got to tell them something, maybe to slow them down. Get back to that list. That's normal though. Normality, word of the day. But you know what you want to do because you've already either made the announcement on social media, you didn't thought about it. If you're anything like me, if you know that there's some type of goal, you think about it, you dream about it, you have a nightmare when you realize it didn't happen. It's constant to where, okay, let me go ahead on. I hyperfixate on things that I know I need to do. Is that the healthiest? Nah, but I used to hyperfixate on freaking liquor and eating bad and spending money I didn't have. So I just had to switch it. If I'm going to hyperfix, it's going to be on something that I know that will benefit me. But we know we want to do these things. Your subconscious will remind you. Sometimes, man, we want to try to ignore the subconscious and we will listen to the external voices telling us why we shouldn't do something, why something ain't possible from people that ain't doing it. That's coming from the couch. They sitting down telling you, man, this ain't possible. And this would have happened if you do that. They ain't never done it. And we allow that to stop us just enough until that subconscious come a calling again. Usually around January 1st, it's time to change. Or if you go to the doctor and the doctor tell you it's time, I don't mess with it. I don't mess with it at all. There's so much I could be doing to improve my life in just small areas rather than argue with somebody that ain't got nothing to do with what I'm doing. It can be the smallest tweak, right? I can up my run time on the treadmill. I can change my workouts around. I can start adding different movements in there. I can go back and get a certification. There's a lot of different things I can do to possibly better my life. That don't mean it's always going to work out like that. But arguing with people about stuff that ain't going to change, do you know how much time and energy is funneled into that? The arguing, the preferences, the gossip, the trends. When people be like, man, internet wins again. No, it didn't. You know why the internet wins? It's because now it's in your algorithm and now you sharing it. Now you talking about it. You saw something that, I used to do it. You saw something that popped up on one of your timelines. Now you're going to go Google it. And now you're going to share it. Now you just spent an obscene amount of time talking about something that ain't got nothing to do with your health. It ain't got nothing to do with your money. It ain't got nothing to do with whatever your aspirations are. And then we sit here and then once the clock tick and 2 years later, we're wondering what happened. Man, see, work is so stressful, I can't focus on my goals. No, it's the other stuff. I don't let nobody pull me away from my goals. Even like the whole early morning workout grind thing. I got a family. This is the best time to do it. I call these mic hours. And in mic hours, I get my workout in. I get my cardio in. I was a full-time student, so I did a lot of schoolwork in the morning, man. I was like one of the first cats in order to get, at my last command before I retired, I would get there early before I would have to run the division because I wasn't trying to make any excuses. But if all you got to do is just take an inventory of your time, 24 hours in a day. And then when you do that, then people are going to think you got more hours. Somehow when you were born, you were getting 27 hours. Well, I only got 24. No, I just don't spend my time worrying about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with me. Arguing with folks, we arguing about what? And if it's something like serious, if you cross this bridge, you'll get there faster, but I'm looking at the bridge and it looks like we're going to argue about that. We're trying to get somewhere. It's an emergency. That's one thing. But if I'm arguing with you about sports and politics and religion and stuff like that, I am getting nowhere in my own life. And I don't do it. You are hard pressed to see me ever comment on anything anybody else is doing, which is in today's climate, which is why I wasn't good at social media. You're supposed to engage, but why? It's just a friendly debate. That debate ain't got nothing to do with my health. It ain't got nothing to do with my goals. Why am I doing it? And when you pull away from that, what do they say? Man, he think he all that. He's self-centered. Cool. You right. Because I got the one life. I got the one life, and these are things that I want to do. And when I don't do them, I'm not happy. I'm just going to be honest with you. When I don't do what I say that I'm going to do, and I can't keep promises to myself, I can't keep them to my family. I can't keep the promises to the mortgage people. I can't keep the promises to the light folks. When I don't do these things, it'll impact me. So I don't worry about none of that stuff. And if you know me personally, like if we interact face to face, you pick that vibe up quick. I will do a whole about face and leave the conversation if I think it is not in my best interest. And I remember one time I walked into a room and people were just trauma bonding. I had to leave. I don't think that makes me a bad person. That's not my trauma though. And if I did have that trauma, I am actively working on trying to remove myself from that or find a way to deal with it. Some people identify with tough times that they have. Soon as you talk to them, they come slithering up. Hey, yeah, man, back when I was in the 5th grade, you were 50 years old, bro. So I can't do it. So I'm not about to be arguing with folks about whatever your opinion is, about politics, religion, none of that stuff. I can't do it. Does that make me not cool? Yes, I'm pretty lame. I go to bed at like 7 o'clock, not 6 o'clock for people that be texting me, be like, I know you sleep. No, I go to sleep in an hour, bro. But I urge people to think about this. What did that allow you to do? The very things that people say about me, getting accused of being on something, some steroids, TRT. I suppose he got more time in the day to focus on school. Must be nice in order to be able to get out the military and do what you want to do. They just disregard all the hard work. No, I just focus on what I want to do, and I don't play all that stuff. Nobody sends me like that, like outside of one cat that I'm cool with when I got off of social. Nobody sends me memes and silliness. Does that make me rigid? Maybe, but I do what I know I need to do, because when you do that and people aren't doing that, they got one approach. They will attack it. They will resist it. They will push back on it. When they at the end of the day, they know they want to do it. Keep doing you. Stop making your goals for the streets. I know, man, when people say, man, I'm about to change it up. I'm about to start this new workout regimen. Come join me. Cool. What happened if they don't? If they haven't even created the whole pattern behind doing it? No change matters if you don't have any type of behavioral change behind it. Next thing you know, you and your partner or your homegirl, y'all supposed to be working out. Then she stopped going, then you stop going, and it's like a guilt thing. If you don't go, I ain't going. And nah, If we working out together and I don't go, you better go. Because I'm dang sure going to go if you don't show up. And don't be mad at me if I start seeing these summer bodies. And this sounds bad to say, but if me, trying to be in my best health as I get older, trying to, check my finances, and me pursuing free education was still a way of me checking my finances while at the same time opening myself up to possible opportunities. That don't mean it's going to work like that, but it was a strategy. If that means that I am not average or normal, then I don't want to be average or normal. But I'm telling y'all, because if you go outside into the wild, the bar is low. The bar is low. How many 46, soon to be 47s with 10% body fat do you think that are out here? And that's not a flex, and that's not trying to make anybody feel bad. But I've been doing these same things for a while to where it's kind of easy now. I just don't do what most people are doing. If you zigging, I'm zagging. There's a reason that I'm zagging. I ain't supposed to be zigging because I know what zigging will do to me. So I don't do that at all, man. And people think you weird behind that, while forgetting the fact that we kind of all want the same type of goals. The top 5 New Year's resolution always has to do with like fitness and finances and peace. So when you start doing the things to get those things, that's when they get weird. It's not the outcome of achieving those things that bother people, because somewhere along the line they saw somebody doing them and they wanted in. But you got to change. And when you start changing, your goals can't be for the streets.